Have you ever posted a YouTube video and then you get to looking at it and you're like, oh my gosh, that totally shouldn't be in there? Well, I'm going to show you how to blur out something, anything in your video that you don't want people to see. And you can do it after you post it on YouTube. So here we are, we're in my dashboard and we're getting ready to blur because not really, but let's say that I have forgot that I had something in this video that I don't want people to see. What could it be? I don't know. So we're in here. Here's video details. This is where you enter all of your information and stuff. So we got details over here. This is on your left hand corner, and then analytics, and then editor. I discovered this the other day because I had an email address up that I didn't want to show, and I figured out how to do this. So here's your video. You can see all this, and then you click blur parts of your video. So you can do a face blur. This takes quite a long time. If you just want to blur out a face though, you can totally click that and wait forever for it to process your video. But I'm going to go to custom blur and show you what it does. So here's this little editing part down here. So let me just show you what it does. Yes, I was upside down there. I did that on purpose, if you see. Okay, so let's say I'm like, oh no, I don't want them to see my words on my corkboard. Like, I wouldn't care. You can see them if you want. Okay, it's not wanting to behave. Let me just take it back over here. All right, so here's this. We'll say, okay, obviously I'm upside down here, so I'm not really going to be able to see where to put it. So, all right, so we got right here, and I've cut in a little bit on the video. So here I might not want to blur it. So if I didn't want to blur it there, then I can actually move this. I say, oh, I don't want to blur it there. Then I can move it, and you see where I've got the playhead. This is called the playhead. So I've got the playhead, and I can take this. Wait till it gets on the little arrows. Let's do it from this side. So let's say I just want to blur it to right there. See the playhead, I can see right where it's at. So if I move the playhead and I say, okay, over here is where I want to blur it, then I can pull it all the way out. Say, all right, I want to stop blurring it there. Sometimes it's a little rascally. You got to let it process for a minute too. So if it doesn't show you the arrows, that's probably what's going on. But you can take, okay, let's say we want to go right there. So much work. Of course, it's not gonna behave for me while you're watching. All right, let's move it over. So you can move it here. You can make it longer, shorter. And okay, so if by chance the arrows are being annoying sometimes, so like see now they're working for me, but if the arrows are being annoying like that, you can go up here to the custom blur timestamps, and you can see exactly where you want to blur from this time zone to this time zone, from this time to this time, and you can make it a rectangle, you can change it to an oval, you can track the object. So say this was moving and it was moving around over here, I got to track the object. All right, great. Or I can do the fixed blur position. So even no matter if what's moving over here, it's not gonna move this blur. The blur will just stay right there. So that is how you can cover something up. So like, watch whenever we play this. We'll just be like, oh, come on, maybe I can get my ad income back to where it was. Right? Now, if I want to do the track object, if you want to do the track object, it does take a minute because it's literally figuring out where it's going to be tracking all this time. So if, say there's like my dog or something, and I'm like, oh, I don't want people to see my dog. My dog is very cute, so I would. But if you put the tracking on there, then if it's moving around, the blur will move with it. So anytime that you need to learn how to blur out something in your video, come back to this. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. Now you know how to blur anything in your video even after you post it on YouTube. So a lot of times people might have to take their video down because they're like, oh, I didn't need to have that in there. So now you don't have to be that person, and you can totally keep that video up and blur it out. So congratulations, and don't forget to check out this video over here for more goodness.